Then 1 year later, I joined. Then I joined my HSC in Bagherhat PC College. Then there I passed my HSC, and my SSC I passed in Fultala Reunion. It's a Thana, Fultala Thana. It's Khulna district. So little bit.
Nice. It's great to know that you have a very adventurous journey regarding your school and college. Am I
Yeah,
right?
ma'am, it's adventurous, but my friends are not very.
Yeah, we understand.
Yes, ma'am.
Actually, if you keep moving or shifting from one institution to another, it's difficult to bond with people, right?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That's
Uh,
true. Uh,
that's already passed. So now we are here. I hope right now, of course, we are doing everything in online. But when the class will be physical, you will have lots of friends, and I hope that you'll have a good bonding with them.
yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Nahid.
Thank you,
And
ma'am.
may I know that what do you think about your future?
My future plan, ma'am.
Yeah.
Uh, my future plan is I really want to be a businessman. I really into in uh, IT sector, like in gadgets and computers gadgets. That's uh, I'm also running a business.
Oh,
It's not.
nice.
It's now it's small, but I'm dreaming. I hope it's will big in future.
Inshallah. If I always say that if you have the dream and passion to follow the dream, it will bring you to destination.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you, Nahid.
Thank you, ma'am.
Is there anyone who didn't join our last class and today you're here? Could you please unmute yourself?
Hello, ma'am. I'm Sifatul Azim Akash. This is my sixth semester. I'm from BBA department. I
Mhm.
complete my SSC from Ideal School and College, and I complete my HSC from National Ideal School and College. And my aim in life is becoming a businessman.
Nice to know. So, can you please share that what are you expecting from this course?
Ma'am, I'm expecting to know basic things about finance. Uh,
Mhm.
I want to take this course uh, previously, but I didn't get any seat.
Oh, okay.
But un- uh, but fortunately, I get a seat this semester, so I'm here.
Okay, thank you so much, Akash, for sharing your intro with us. And what should I say? Maybe we're lucky to have you here. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, ma'am.
Is there anyone else? I mean, who were not there before in our last class, but today you're here. So we'd love to hear something from you. Okay, I think that's it. Again, welcome back to Principle of Finance. Let's study a little bit, right? Because our last class we didn't study at, I should say, we didn't have a formal class. We did a kind of ice-breaking session, right? So let's start. Let me share the slide. If you cannot say, just let me know. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
That's 1 minute. I think it's visible, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Mm. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you for your feedback, your responses. So you know that I like to start my class with a quote, and today actually I want to say a famous quote by Warren Buffett again. That I believe you already know who is Warren Buffett is. If you don't know, like I said, please Google. And still, if you want to know anything about him, but of course after googling, then you can ask me. Okay, so the quote is risk comes from not knowing what you are doing. I believe you understand this one. And believe it's a very important one. And you can apply this anywhere in your life and as well, of course, this course here. Okay, because if you don't know that what you're actually doing, that's the main risk. So you have to it's not like that you will have all the understanding before entering something. It's not possible actually, but you have to understand that what you are going to do, or which path you're choosing, which way that can lead you actually. You have to understand. But of course, we always know that uncertainty is everywhere, so nothing is certain. But you have to have a basic understanding at least that what you want to do or what you are doing, like in finance also. So I know you definitely you don't have all the understanding regarding finance. If you had, then you would not be here, right? But still, I expect that you have a basic understanding what is finance, or maybe not in a very formal way, but in formal way. If I ask you how you can apply it in your life, you can give me a little bit brief. If you cannot, just think now, because later I'll ask you what do you think about it, or how you can apply finance in your life. So if you didn't do it, just put it this in your brain and try to think that what you are actually, why are you actually here. Okay, so that is the quote. It's come from not knowing what you are doing, and it's a very risky if you don't know what you are doing. So this is FIN101, Principle of Finance, and I already showed this to you last week. I know that that is a recommended reading, which is Essential of Managerial Finance by Brisley Bingham, 14th edition. And if you check your Google Classroom, I have already shared this book with you, a soft copy. You can just download from there and you can start. Okay. So what I was saying, that what is finance? So before I share my view with you what is finance, I really would love to hear something from you. Okay. So for now, I'm just stop sharing my screen again, and I would like to hear something from you. Like I said, so my dear lovable student, could you please tell me what do you think about finance? If it's not in a corporate way, if it's not business finance, at least what do you think about personal finance? And have you ever been faced a situation uh, which you think is related to finance?
Ma'am, in one word, it's ma'am, money management.
Money management, right? So can you can you give me a little example that what are you saying that money management? Of course, you're absolutely correct, but we just want to know that can you connect this money management in your personal life as well? So can you tell us a little bit how you manage money in your personal life?
Uh, Ma'am, uh, just like uh, I have a few money and I want to, uh, I can use it to build a house, or I can use it in another part, in another investment sector. So that comes under finance, ma'am. I think.
Thank you so much, Akim. Yeah, you're absolutely right. What I were asking that it's more personal. Like, of course, you are a student. Many of you are not in that position to invest something, but we need to deal with our day-to-day life. We can also relate finance with our day-to-day life or our personal life as a student as well. So thank you so much, Akib. Of course, you're
Thank
absolutely
you.
right from your perspective. Is there anyone who wants to share your view? Actually, what I do normally, I know it's a little bit uncomfortable for you, but believe me, at the end of the day, you'll feel the benefit. If I ask questions, sometimes I call by your name. I'll call by your name and I will ask you directly because these are not that difficult. You just need to little bit, you just need to have a little bit thinking power, and you can easily connect those things. So it's better that you unmute yourself and just share your view, and later maybe I'll ask you by name so that we can have a chat, no? At least when I cannot see your face, at least I should have the privilege to hear your voice. So can anyone else share their view? What do you think about finance, or like how?
Ma'am, I think from my perspective, when I get pocket money for a month, I can spend it all in one day, but uh, I have to manage it, and I have to spend it wisely, that I can survive for 1 month.
Thank you so much, Lamia. See, you have the basic understanding already. I know, I'm sure that you have deeper understanding than this, but thank you so much that you shared. And of course, you're absolutely correct. And like Akib, finance is all about money management. Is there
Um,
anyone else?
yes, in my point of view, financing is more like a borrowing from someone or lending or saving money. That's all. Or
Thank you so much.
budgeting anything.
Sorry?
And when in my point of view, finance is borrowing from someone,
Mhm.
borrowing money from someone, lending
Mhm.
money, or budgeting a thing, or saving money.
Yeah,
Those
you're
things.
absolutely correct. Thank you. Of course, you're absolutely correct, and your point of view is also correct. Thank you so much. See that you already know the answer. That's why I actually want to know from you, because when you are saying as a student, there are other students who are getting the motivation, and it's easy to understand for all of us. Maybe I can learn from you as well. So it's better to ask you first. So anyone else? So if you don't mind, maybe I'll call your by your name, and so that I can, I can check that whether are you there or not, and also I can have your view or opinion regarding finance. Because it's winter and I know it's a morning time. Most of you like to sleep a little bit, but here I am. I'm not sleeping, so how could I allow you to sleep? You know. So Farhan, do you like to say anything?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
From my perspective, ma'am, the finance is the way of making money, funding, then giving money. Actually, the process of uh, building the money, maybe.
Okay. Thank you, Farhan. So tell me one thing. If, for example, you want to buy something, okay? Mm, what should I say? You want to buy a new iPhone, maybe? Because that's what make you young, what I should say, you kid interest, right? That's why you feel interested. So maybe you want to buy an iPhone. You need money. You ask your parent, and they said they cannot provide you that much money now. So you ask your one of the relative, and they said, okay, I will give you money. And also you ask your friend, and that friend also, maybe that friend have enough money to buy iPhone, and he agreed to give you that money. But the thing is, he said that, okay, I'll give you money, but you need to pay me uh, maybe he is giving you 100,000 and he said you need to pay me 2,000 more. Okay, so what do you think, whether you go for whether you take money from your friends, or you will ask your parent again, or you ask your relatives?
I will ask my parents again. If they are not giving me, then I will go for my relatives and my friend also.
If you have the option between your relatives, because your relatives also agree to give the money, right? So what do you think, why you will go for your friend?
If my relatives are giving me the money without any interest, then I will
Mhm.
go for my relatives proposal.
Mhm.
And if both are giving me the money with the along with the interest, then I will um, go for both. Like I need many money for iPhone, so I need to go for both options.
Okay, thank you so much, Vahan. You explained a lot. Thank you so much. So is there anyone who wants to discuss this issue with me?
Do we have to choose from the options you gave, or can we add another alternative?
You can.
Okay. So, in my opinion, what I would do is I would not take the money from my friend because I would to pay him extra 2,000 on the amount he's giving me. And I would also not take the money from my relative because it would feel like they're doing me a mercy or something, like in a gift. What I would do is I would wait until I can make the money by myself and then buy the iPhone, so it will be a more satisfying thing to me when I have it.
Thank you so much, Shayan, right?
I'm shy on.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much, Shayan. What you are saying is absolutely correct, but of course, in a personal perspective, you can do that. Uh, and when it's come to iPhone, of course, you do that. You should wait and you should earn your money and then buy that. But if, for example, if it's not iPhone, if the money you really need and you need now, what do you do then?
In that case, ma'am, I would try to take it from my relative because I would not have to pay the extra 2,000 taka that my friend would be charging me. So I would be saving 2,000 taka here by taking the money from my relatives.
Thank you, Shan. Again, of course, you're
Thank you.
absolutely correct, because finance is all about, like you said, money management, correct? So when we are thinking borrowing money from anywhere, whether it's a personal stage or it's a business, for a business firm, you have to know what the cost is from taking the money, because without calculating that cost, you shouldn't go for it. Because now I just gave you option for one friend, right? When you run a business, or when you be a CEO or a financial manager, then you'll see you'll have lots of option. um, Maybe you want to buy equipment for your, as a financial manager, I'm saying that, not in a personal level. Maybe you want to buy equipment for your, for your corporation or for your company. Then you need money, of course. You need money. How you can get that money? Maybe you have some return earning which you can invest. If you don't have enough, then what you will do? You need to borrow money, right? Either you can borrow money, or you can issue share as well, in a company perspective, in a business perspective, not, of course, not in a personal perspective. So what you'll do as a financial manager, you can issue share, which we also call stock, and you can borrow money by issuing bond. Bond is a it's a security, but it's a debt security. And share, later, of course, later I'll explain this all again, of course. Now I'm just giving a very brief idea how a business work, how you can relate finance in a personal basis as well. So what I was saying actually, that before taking money or before borrowing money, as a finance student or as a financial manager or a personal basis, you always need to calculate what will be the cost for borrowing that amount. Okay. So anyone else wants to share that? What do you think about finance? Maybe you know something which I don't know. Maybe I can learn something from you as well. Sheikh Saad, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what I was just saying or what discussed so far, do you agree with that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what do you think uh, about finance? Just your perspective, not not the definition that given in the book, not the definition that given in the given in Google as well. So what do you think?
Ma'am, I think finance mainly a thing that is for a purpose. We collect from different sources money for a reason to expense. That is the main thing in finance. Suppose
Mm,
we need a car, and for that we need a huge amount of money, and in that case we collect money from different sources, and this is finance.
thank you so much, Saad, right? Shall I call you Sheikh or Saad?
Ma'am, Sheikh Saad.
Okay, Sheikh, sir. Okay, thank you so much. Yes, you're absolutely correct. So I believe the concept of finance is clear to you, at least in a personal basis, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Anyone else who have confusion that how we can relate finance in your life? Okay, there are lots of students actually today, 40 students, I mean, all of you actually who are join this class or who take this course this semester with me, of course. So let's talk with you a little bit. Uh, Tasmima, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Assalamualaikum, ma'am.
Walaikum assalam. How are you, Tasmima?
I'm fine, ma'am. Alhamdulillah. How are you?
Yeah, good. Just tell me, is it too early to attend a class? Honestly, okay? Just tell me your honest opinion.
Ma'am, too much early for winter, but not for summer, ma'am.
I agree too. But what we can do, right? If you are a student and in your student life, you need to, everyone say you need to get up a little bit
Yes,
early.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, no worries. So, what do you think in the discussion we had about finance? Do you have now? Do you have basic idea what is finance and how we can
Yes,
relate
ma'am.
finance in our personal life?
Yes, ma'am. A little bit.
So it's a little bit. Thank you.
In my
Actually, that's
background is science. I complete my entire like 12 until 12 science. So I don't know anything from finance. So I take a bit idea from today's class.
okay. Nothing to worry, Tasmima. There are lots of people who came from different background as well, and believe me, they do great. I have seen them. Okay, so nothing to worry. You'll do great, inshallah. Thank you so much for talking with us. So let me share the slide again. So in a personal basis, you already tell me what is finance is. Like those picture represent, if you don't have money, then if you need money, in a personal basis, of course, what you will do if you have several options, and if you don't have any option left, of course you'll go to your parents. I know that. And if you have money, then how you can how you can invest it, what thing that you need to consider if you want to invest it, or in a personal basis if you want to spend it for your regular purchases, how you're gonna do that, how you're gonna manage your pocket money, how you're gonna save it, all those related to finance. And of course, when we talk about business finance, when we talk about a corporation, a company, then the decision that they need to make is quite different than the personal basis. But the concept is, of course, the concept is same. Okay, and so that is actually basically what is finance. So the four basic areas of finance, there are four basic areas of finance, but sometimes you can add another one. Even if you check your book, there you can find managerial finance, investment, financial institution, and financial services. But what I want to mention here that you can see here one is international finance, because financial services sometimes come under financial institution as well. So I will explain this one by one. So the first one is managerial or business finance. Like I said before, uh, it's quite a different from your personal perspective, from your personal spending and for a company. When a company, like I said before, let me explain it a little bit so that you understand it more. When a corporation or a company need money to purchase anything, like I said, to purchase something, suppose to purchase a machinery, okay, then they need money. And how they will collect the money? Like I said, they can issue bond, they can issue stock. So for bond is a debt security. We call it debt securities. Okay, and when the company or corporation decide to issue stock is a mainly equity. Means when the company issues stock means that they are willing to sell a percentage of their share, of the share of the company. Who will purchase the stock or equity share, they will become a owner of the company. Okay, and about the bond, if the company issue bond, who purchase the bond, they will not become the owner of the company. What they will have, if they purchase the bond, they will get a fixed interest rate every month, or every period they will get a fixed interest rate for purchasing the bond, but will not get any percentage of share of the ownership of the company. So, which way normally the financial manager will go for? Actually, we cannot say in a single we cannot say the answer in a single word, because as a financial manager, they need to decide, they need to make a decision considering so many things. That if they issue bond, how much cost they need to bear, I mean, how much interest rate they need to pay, whether it's more than if for, like I said, if they issue bond, they need to pay the interest to the bond holder. I mean, who will purchase the bond. But if they sell the equity share, or if they sell the part of their owner stock, then they need to pay dividend. So remember that, because this is very important. If they sell the bond, who will hold the bond, then they need to, as a corporation, they need to pay the interest to the bondholder, not any dividend, only interest. Okay, and if they sell the equity, then they need to pay the dividend. What is dividend? If it's come later, of course, I will explain. You don't need to worry about that. Just these are the brief, briefly discussion, or brief idea that I want to share with you regarding different term of finance. So before making a decision, a financial manager need to consider so many things. Okay. So here are some important questions that are answered using business finance. That is, what long-term investment should the firm take on? This is one of the decisions that financial manager need to make. okay, before invest anywhere. Or where will we get the long-term financing to pay for the investment? Like I said, whether we'll go for borrowing, whether we'll sell a percentage of our share of the company, this this decision, or how will we manage the everyday financial activities of the firm. That is also, you can say, working capital management. That working capital management actually represent the day-to-day activities, how to manage the day-to-day activities in a firm. So these all question can be answered by financial manager, because these all are financial manager. Also you can say CEO, chief executive officer. Also you can say in some company managing director. So this person actually need to make the decision that whether the investment will be for a short term or long term. If it's a long term, what benefit I will get from here. If it's short term, what benefit I will get from here too. Okay, so need to compare. If you have, as a financial manager, if you have several options, you need to compare before invest anywhere. The same motto go for the borrowing as well. If you have several options, you need to explore and then need to compare this option, and then you can only make a decision which will benefit the company. Okay, so what I just said about business or managerial finance, you understand that properly, or is there any confusion?
It's clear, ma'am.
Thank you. If you feel any confusion at any point of time, you can just unmute yourself and talk to me, okay? Don't bother about interrupting in the middle. You can talk to me. Thank you. So, like I said, financial manager. Uh, Financial manager, basically, I explained the previously in our previous slide what question I asked. I already said that those questions can be answered by financial manager. So financial manager basically within a firm is usually the chief. It's a when you are talking about chief executive officer, he is the managing director here. This question, all these questions are answered by financial manager as well. So now I will explain little bit about how you can, how you can structure a firm or in a corporation. Okay, so here, so that is board of director. Okay, so a company actually owned by shareholder, like I said, shareholder. Okay, but what happened? A company have many shareholders. Like I said, if the company need money or need finance, they will decide to share and sell the equity as well, right? So if they sell the equity or a percentage of share, then it's who will be purchased, that they will become an owner of the company. So there will be lots of owner of a company, so you cannot have a meeting with all of that owner, right? So what normally happened, every company has every company have a board of director. So those board of director, within those board of director, there will be a chairman of the board. Board of director elects the chairman actually, so there will be chairman of the board. Then they hire managing director. Also, you can say chief executive officer. That managing director, he actually is the responsible person for making all the major decision of the company. But what happened? This is a huge post. We all know, chief executive officer. He cannot handle everything. Of course, he make the if the general manager marketing, CFO, or general manager production make any decision, of course at the end they need to discuss with managing director as well. Let me get a point. They need to discuss with the managing director as well, but each and everything he cannot check. Then what he can do, because he have huge responsibilities, he can discuss with this person and then it will be helpful for him as well to make a decision. Okay, but he cannot see everything by himself or herself. So what happened in a corporation, under managing director or CFO, there will be three other positions: general manager marketing. This person is responsible for marketing department, chief financial officer, and general manager production. Okay, so basically under chief financial officer, there are lots of other, you know, there are lots of other sector here. Corporate treasurer, chief accountant, and under corporate treasurer, there are cash manager, credit manager, capital expenditure manager, financial planning manager. And here under chief account, they he actually is the responsible for person for handling or for monitoring this person: tax manager, cost accounting manager, financial accounting manager, data processing manager. You know, but the main of all of those responsibilities, the main person who make the decision is chief financial officer. And at the end of the day, uh, managing director, he is the, you know, main, you can say main body or the most influential person within the company. But he need to explain the situation, or he need to represent what is going on inside the company to the board of director as well. So I believe you understand this chart now, how a corporation actually run. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I know there are lots of talking today. I'm feeling like I'm explaining so many things, but when you go through I mean, when you go through the book, it's not that much thing. Just this is the, you know, who are from not business background as well. This finance course or this business courses are totally new for them. So it's important that you will all have a basic understanding and all on the same page. So that's actually the, you know, the organizational chart, you can also say, or a company, how the company run, who hold what responsibilities, that a brief idea regarding that. Okay, so here I said before, there are four basic areas of finance. One is managerial finance, which I already explained. Another is investment, and this financial institution. Financial services come under also financial institution, and then international finance. So regarding investment, what do you think? What actually happened in this area? My dear, I'm asking you, what do you think? Like I said, business finance. What happened in business finance? The brief, or you can say the introductory explanation I gave to you. What do you think? What we need to consider when we'll go for investment?
Ma'am, didn't get
Ma'am,
you.
we need capital or money.
Sorry.
Ma'am, we need money to invest.
Yes, we need money to invest, of course. But if you will go for suppose you have money already, someone gave you $1 million, then how are you gonna invest? Or if there are several options, how are you gonna choose between them? Do you have any idea?
Ma'am,
Yes.
um, where to invest is more beneficial and where to invest is more profitable, then there we will invest, and we will compare more one or two or three or more uh, investment sectors, and then we will choose from the one. and that is the thing we have to focus.
Thank you so much. Yes, you're absolutely correct. You need to focus that who will give you more profit or where you will get more benefit, of course, but as well as you need to measure the risks as well. You will normally, as a rational investor, you will not go for high risk investment. You always you have the you have the interest to invest in always in such way where you'll get more profit, but you have to take less risk. You will go for it, but normally what happens when you go for uh, more profit, sometimes you need to take more risks as well, but you will always compare whether it will be beneficial for me for taking this much risks and getting that profit. So you're absolutely correct. So yeah, that's the main thing about investment. So Molly, were you saying anything before?
No, ma'am, I said at first I didn't get your question, but now I got it.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so I believe one of you already gave the answer regarding investment. So what it's basically when you're talking about investment as a business firm or as a corporation, as a company, when also when we're talking about managerial finance, we're saying that working with financial asset such as share and bond. When we are talking about investment, mean we are thinking about financial assets. And of course, before investment, we need to value the financial asset. We need to think about the risk as well. So, how much risk I'm gonna take if I want to get that much return? Okay, so you always, like I said, as a rational investor, you always want to take less risk and more return if it's possible. And another very important thing that I know you don't know about portfolio, maybe. Do you have any idea what this portfolio is?
Yes, ma'am.
So, can you share? What do you think?
Taking the portfolio means two or three taking the two or three projects. That's why we can reach the profit. One If one project is lost, then we will profit another one. So that's why the profit is the profit will be happen if either if any one project is lost. So that is the portfolio.
Thank you so much, Idrak, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing what you understand. And of course, you're absolutely correct. And I really appreciate that you actually spoke with us to share your view. Is there anyone else? What do you think about portfolio? It's a straight question.
Ma'am, it's a collection of financial investments like ma'am, share, bonds, etc. Ma'am.
Why we normally do that? What we normally make a portfolio?
Ma'am, uh, we actually measures the profit or loss there. I guess.
No, okay. Thank you so much, Aki.
Reduce risk.
Um, sorry, dear. Who are saying?
Ma'am, me.
Yeah, Nafiza, right?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, portfolio to minimize risk when we invest in different categories market, I guess. Uh,
Absolutely correct, Nafisa. That's the answer, actually. Everyone who already talked with me, you're absolutely correct. But Nafisa, tell me one thing which is very important, that to minimize risk, right? And one very famous, quote regarding portfolio, then don't put all your egg in a basket. Uh, why we're saying this, as a finance student, you will hear this time to time, or maybe you'll know this by now that uh, in your home you will see that if in a single basket if you put all the egg, if something happened, if someone sit over it, or if there is a baby in your house, if they step over it, then what will happen? All the egg can be destroyed. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's the main thing about a portfolio as well. Don't put all your financial asset in the same basket. Means that if you invest all your money in the same industry, for example, you invest all your money in manufacturing industry, or maybe in the same company as well. You have $10 million. You put all your money in the same company, and you buy, a part of their ownership. What will happen then? If something happened with that company, you can lose all of your money. Am I correct or not?
Yes, ma'am.
So that is a very important thing if you are a financial manager, or if you are even an investor individually. Then it's also very important for you as well that if you have money to invest, don't put all of your money in a single industry. If you are investing, try to invest in multiple industries, so that if anything happened with a single industry, maybe you are investing in, in manufacturing, then you are investing in some IT company, then you are investing in some different sector of company you are investing, in medicine, something like that. Then if anything happened in that IT section, then still you have to more other industry, you have your investment there. So it's very important that when you're investing, it's a really crucial that you know what his portfolio is. And of course, as a personal investor individually also you need to know that. And of course, there is no doubt that you have the whole understanding regarding portfolio if you are a financial manager. I believe now is clear what is portfolio.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. It's clear, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Still, if anyone there who didn't understand the concept, you can always ask me. And sometimes right now I got cold, so sometimes I'm having little bit difficulty talking, and also sometimes I talk really fast. So you can just interrupt me and ask me to hold a little bit or to slow a little bit. Okay, so let's see the slide again. So yeah, you need to for investment you need to measure the risk and return, and also you need to know how to allocate your asset. If you have money, you need to decide which asset you're gonna spend your money. And when you're talking about investment or business finance or managerial finance, especially in the case of investment, there are lots of job opportunities. I thought sharing with you, like stockbroker, financial advisor, portfolio manager, like I said before, security analyst. If you don't know what these all mean, that's why I'm saying that you need to study a little bit in your book as well. And also you can, if you have any other source to study, you can go there and try to have a proper understanding what this job represent. Maybe I'll ask you next week, so you will give me the answer. If I ask you who are the stockbroker, what is their, what is their main job, who are the financial advisor, who what actually they do, you will give me the answer.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. So another area of finance, which is financial institution, and it's a very easy. It's nothing complicated at all, because the financial institution we know normally bank, then credit unions, insurance company, brokerage firm, all are financial institution. So of course it's related to managerial or business finance as well. So these are a area of finance as well. Another one that I wanted to discuss, and of course, that thing I was saying before, financial services. Financial services are those services which are provided by different financial institution. Means if now If you go to bank, you will get some services from there as well, right? Maybe you will take your money from there. Maybe you go to ATM as well, you can withdraw money, you can deposit money there. I'm saying just day-to-day transaction, or you can get loan from there. Those all are financial services from financial institution. So another area of finance is international finance. It's not in your book so far. I just want to share it with all of you because this is
Ma'am,
not.
I have a question.
Yeah, please ask me.
Can we get the slide in the classroom? Cause there's so much information I can't write in my notes, so that
Normally, what
can
happened there? Normally, I don't want to
we
share. Normally, I
get the
don't
slide?
prefer to share my slide, but and also I don't. I don't normally I don't prefer to share the recording as well, because what happened? Like I said already, but what happened when you have all the information here? Uh, of course, you cannot write this, or of course, in your exam, if, for example, I give you 10 marks to give me the answer. If you just write this little information, if you don't give me the proper answer that I want to get, then you'll not get the marks. At least you'll not get the good marks. That's why I decided not to share this thing with you, so that you understand that you need to study the book a little bit, because this is all information you can find in your book as well, maybe in a different language, of course, but you can find there. But still, if you promise me that you will study the book, then I will think about it. But now I decide not to share. You go through first. You go through your book. Then, if still you have issue, then you'll talk to me. Then we'll think what we need to do. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
So you don't need to write anything there. Don't focus on writing right now. Just listen to me and just see the slides here. Then try to understand. And maybe later I will make an outline of today's class and I'll post in your classroom, maybe today or tomorrow. Then what you can do, you can pick the topic and you can study that topic from your book. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Still, you have any issue, just email me. Thank you, dear. So this is international finance. This is an area of specialization within one of the area discussed so far. And international finance, you don't need to know that much details now. Just briefly, international finance actually involves international aspect of corporate finance or investment or financial institution. And you need to understand international finance a little bit deeper if you work in other country, or at least travel on a regular basis. Means or also as a financial manager, if you want to invest, foreign if you want to do foreign investment, then you need to know what is international finance actually is. So that is international finance. You need to understand the customer of the other country, and you would benefit from fluency in a foreign language as well from international finance. And another thing, I sometimes I forget to tell you that we always emphasize sorry, we always emphasize, East University always emphasize to speak in English during the class, and also whenever you are in the university. It's not like that, we're giving some special, we're giving something special towards, or we have something special towards English. It's not like that, but it's important. Why is that? Because as a BBA student, you need to know how to communicate with others. And you all know that after completing your BBA or completing your MBA, will go to the corporate world, or will go to the real world where you need to go for job, or maybe you will do your business. So for all of you, you need to know how to communicate with them, with a using a standard language, which internationally, which recognized, English is recognized uh, as that. So that's why actually we need to know how to speak in English properly, and it's nothing to worry. Please do not worry at all about how you speak English, or I mean the accent of your speaking. Don't worry about that at all, because you just need to know how to communicate with people. If you practice, you will get better day by day. So I really appreciate all of you if you speak in English in my class. You're already doing that, but still I thought that sharing with you the the main purpose of of keep saying that please use English during the class, and if you are in the university. So the main purpose is this what I just said. That's it. Actually, I forgot to tell you that in my first class, and here I remember. I remember because here you can see there. It's talk about you have the fluency in the foreign language, so it's just kept in my mind. So okay, and that's all that's all the four basic areas of finance so far I discussed. Do you have any question of regarding until what I have discussed so far? Okay. So there are another actually topic I want to discuss, but this is very easy, and I will try to make it as much easy as much as easy as possible. I'll try to make it for you, so not to worry. And again, I'm saying please do not focus on writing the slides. All the information you can get from your book. So not to worry. And the topic maybe I'll share, the topic I'm covering, maybe I'll share later. So please do not focus on writing. Form of business organization, there are three major forms. One is sole proprietorship, partnership, and corporation. So basically, I'll go through all of these three forms, and just let me know if you are confused about anything. Okay. So proprietorship basically, if you are the single owner of a company, okay. Some of you said to me previously that you're managing a business right now. Maybe you're the single, owner of the company. So that means you're doing sole proprietorship. So what happened here? There are some advantages and disadvantages of this form. That is, advantages is it's very easy to start. We all know that if I am the single owner, it's not that complicated. If I have the money, or if at least if I can arrange the money from somewhere, it's not that complicated to start a business. So it's easy. And the thing is, it's not that you don't need to maintain that regulation inside it, because you are the single owner. So it's less least regulated. And of course, when you are a single owner, you can keep all the profit that you make. So single owner keeps all the profit. And tax a big issue when you're running a business, but when you are a single owner, taxed once as personal income. So tax if you are a single owner, the tax will consider as a personal income. It's not your business will not be taxed as a corporation. Okay. So these are the advantages of having a sole proprietorship business. And the disadvantages are that of course, if at some point if you're not alive anymore, then your business will not be, your business will die also. So that's why we said limited to life of honor. It's start with the life of honor, and it's end with the life. If the honor life ended, it's the business will end as well. And equity capital limited to owner personal wealth, of course. So whatever the owner have, only that capital he can invest, or they can invest in their business. so it's limited to owner's personal wealth. And of course, the liability is unlimited regarding this sole proprietorship, because all the loss that you will make, you need to bear that, just you. There will be no partner for making that half for you. Okay, so all the decision that you'll make, all the profit that you'll make, you need to bear, you need to take the profit. That is the advantages, but as well you need to bear all the losses, so that is the disadvantages. And now sometimes it's difficult to sell ownership interest as well. That is also as a disadvantages for sole proprietorship. And now, I already told you the sole proprietorship, so you tell me what will be what is the partnership form of business, and what can be the advantages and disadvantages of partnership. Do you have any idea?
A business through a formal uh, contract between two or more, maximum I guess 20 partners, and the advantages are ম্যাম এখানে হচ্ছে resources resource shared resources and provide capitals for the business. And disadvantages is each partner is 100% responsible for debts and losses, ma'am.
This is disadvantages.
Yes, ma'am.
Means you're saying that the partner are 100% responsible for losses and
মানে debts, ma'am, debts and losses.
okay. So it's for my thinking, it's kind of advantages if you compare to the sole proprietorship as well, right?
Yes, ma'am,
Because
it's competitive. Competitively.
yeah, thank you so much, Aki.
Thank you,
So
ma'am.
anyone else, what do you think about partnership business? Okay, Shartaz Alam, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So do you understand what I just said about sole proprietorship?
Yes, ma'am.
So what do you think? What can be the advantages of partnership?
Ma'am, in
If
a
you
partnership
compare
business, there are more people. We can get more ideas from different people, more investment,
thank you so much,
more
Shartaz.
liabilities.
Liabilities is you can share your liability if you compare this with sole proprietorship. You can share your liability with your partner, so it's advantages, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much, Shartaz.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so like you said, you already gave me the answer. So if I don't explain at all, still you have the idea. Sorry, what is what are the advantages and disadvantages of partnership? So two or more owner, of course, these are the advantages, and you have more capital, relatively easy to start because you have several partners, and several partners can fund your business as well. And there are some disadvantages that you have, unlimited liability. You can put it as advantage also, that when you share your liability, then you can put it as your advantages. But of course there are unlimited liability in a sense, and also we can break it down in general partnership and limited partnership as well. Okay, let me do one thing. I'm not gonna explain this. What is why we're saying unlimited liability as a disadvantages, and what is general partnership and limited partnership. You'll do me a favor. you'll after this class or in your free time, you just open the book and then you can see this basic discussion in your book, and you'll tell me next week. Is that fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So of course there are some other disadvantages too. You can, when you go for the reading, you can read this as well. So I will ask you next class, and I'm 100% sure that you will give me the answer. There another form, that is corporate form. The advantage is it's unlimited life because it's a corporate form of business. It's not, the business will not be die with any partner or any owner. uh, and this is the advantage of this form. And it has easy transferability of ownership interest as well. And the liability is limited. And also I will say for this one as well, you need to study a little bit. That's why I'm skipping this, and I know I already talked too much and make you bored by now. That's why I want to skip these two, partnership and corporate form. You will read a little bit and then you will explain next week what this represent, what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages, and if there any other information, interesting information you find, you will share that with me as well. Maybe I don't know that, so I can learn something from you as well. Okay. So basically corporate form are, we can say, joint stock company, public limited company, these all are corporate form. And when you study you will get the information. Limited liability company, these all. Okay, so that's all for today's class. So before give you the attendance link, let me talk to you a little bit. Okay.
Okay,
is
ma'am.
that is that fine, or you are too sleepy to talk? Okay, so last in our last class, I asked you to introduce your little bit. So I know that your name and your semester. Most of you are from 7th semester, from 8th semester so far. So let's talk a little bit about your future plan. And of course, I don't know what your expectation today. Some of my students shared their view regarding that, but last class we didn't discuss this. Okay, so let's talk a little bit. What do you think about your future? Then what are your expectations?